Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Welcome to another episode of What's on Zeta's Mind. This one I kind of left for too long that I actually had to delete a couple of topics that were like pretty much dead essentially, like the finale of My Hero Academia being review bombed, or the Disney AI slop era, which that could still be a current topic. And the whole thing of the Netflix Paramount bidding war just getting ridiculous. But maybe I'll save those. Maybe I'll go back to those. I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, there's been tons on my mind that I just really haven't gone around to. But let's go ahead and get to the first one, which is online scams. And just keep in mind, do not fall for any of these scams. And I've seen this pretty much everywhere. Like, I've seen it on DeviantArt, I've seen it on Discord, and Twitter. I know it's X, but I still call it Twitter. But, where do I begin? First off, fuck hackers and scammers. They'll just waste your time. It's like whenever you get unwarranted scam likely call, or a call from a private number, it's like, I don't bother with that shit. But anyway, what these idiots will do, they'll send a random message, or like from someone you haven't talked to for a long time, because you know they've been hacked, because they'll say, oh, I accidentally put a false report on you just because this person, they had the same name as you. Shut the fuck up, bitch. So that's all a scam, really, and it's all designed to hack your account. I've seen it happen to a couple people, and I advise you, do not fall for these. And in the case of DeviantArt, it's like, oh, I love your art. Could I use one as a mural? It's all a scam. It's like, get the fuck out. Quit wasting my time. Now, I'm sure a lot of collectors know this. Yellowing plastic. I wouldn't call myself specifically a hardcore collector, because I still like to mess around with my figures whenever I get them. But you ever go to mess with a figure, whether it's like, what is a good example? Like He-Man, or any figure really. Anything. Like, notably on Transformers and Power Rangers, and whether the plastic is white or gray or blue, it'll have the color faded because the UV. And no matter what, really, it doesn't even matter if you keep the figure out of the direct sunlight. It can still get yellowed if it has that specific type of plastic, and really has to do with whatever plant manufactured it, whether they're from China or Thailand or Vietnam. It has to do with the chemical mixture. It's really annoying, because it's even on figures I have, like the Legacy G-Axis, Legacy Soundwave, which that's an old figure, obviously. They reused the Siege mold. But yeah, it could even happen on Power Ranger stuff too. Even old stuff, like the Karate Action Red Ranger from the original Bandai line of Mighty Morphin, even that's yellowed, and I got that used on eBay. It's just yellowing plastic is a big waste. So that sucks. Now this next topic is more like a story, really. And I think it was the Engage episode of Crap Chaser. That was when I experienced, for the second time, one of the worst things that can happen when you're out shopping. So I've got all my groceries and I got all my personal stuff, and then I'm heading up to the register. And this is like a very specific Walmart location. And this isn't the first time this has happened to me. And it's at the same location too. The first time it was when coming back from a doctor's appointment. And the second time it was because, Grandpa Magnus was headed up there for some one reason or another. I guess they had to go to Lowe's. But I go up there, and I have everything scanned by the lady there, and I'm ready to pay for everything. And I put in the first card, no problem. Second card, system memory is low, and it declines everything. So you wind up having to go to customer service and have the damn payment suspended. You go over there, try again, have to rescan everything, and this is such bullshit that I have to split up my basket into 2 separate loads because, oh, your system memory is low. It's like, Walmart, you really had to cheap out on system memory in your goddamn registers that you can't afford enough system memory in your systems just to... And I used this example before. So, imagine, like, there's this single mother with, like, 5 or 6 kids, and they have to buy a shitload of groceries. What's going to happen to them if the system memory makes the register crash? They're going to have to rescan all their items again and separate their basket into two loads. So Walmart, get your shit together. Get your better system memory. Upgrade that shit. Because if it happens again, then you don't deserve my business. You know when you're just scrolling through YouTube, and this is on the next topic, but you know when you're scrolling through YouTube and there's a video you think about that you haven't watched in a long time, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to that channel and look up that video that I used to watch. Memberships, they fucking suck, because that old video, what'll happen is, some creators, they'll put their older videos behind membership paywalls. And it's like, why would you do that? It's just so stupid. I get they want to make some extra money, but I guess things have gotten so bad that they have to put their older content behind paywalls. Like, I can understand if you're, like, making a series and you want to put behind the scenes or extended cuts of episodes behind memberships. Or if you want to do, hey, members get to see this video first before it goes public. I can even understand that. But putting your much older content from, like, say, I don't know, 2011 or so behind a paywall like that is such bullshit. Leave that old content up so people, if they have a feeling of nostalgia, then they want to go back and watch those older videos. Unless they're just that cringe. In which case, fuck you. Second to last topic for this episode, the whole debacle about the Playmates Dragonzord for reignition, where we see that Season 2 figures are already showing off, like White Ranger merch, like the figures, like the Automorphin, then the mask, and then the electronic Saba with Tigerzord coin, and even show off the Tigerzord itself, and even at least 2 versions of the Thunder Megazord, where I assume it's an electronic version like the Ultimate Dino Megazord, and then they show off those separate Thunder Zords, where they all combine into the Thunder Megazord. That's fine. But the one glaring omission, Dragonzord. I know they're still working on Season 1 stuff, but it's like, how could you not have it at this point? And the official story they put out is, well, we've been looking for a retailer to sell it as an exclusive, but they don't want to have it as an exclusive. Like Walmart, Target, they don't want to have it sitting on shelves going on clearance just because it's shelf space. And plus, like, I could imagine the Dragonzord with its size being like $30 to $50 because of how big it is. And I would say, why not just do a mass retailer release anyway, instead of having it be an exclusive collecting dust? Or just bundle it with an 8-inch retro Green Ranger, like what Bandai did in the 90s. But there's a chance, no guarantees, I've heard, that they might want to sell the Dragonzord eventually. Like, they have a prototype made, they're just looking for a retailer. But I imagine it has to do with the play value. And yeah, voice crack. My throat's fucked. But it probably has to do with the play value, because even if a Dragonzord, essentially, it just turns into a glorified hat for the Mega Dragonzord. And then for the fighting mode, it just turns into a torso. And when you would still need 3 other Zords to give it the arms and legs for the fighting mode. So really, would you? Because like the Dino Megazord, the separate Dino Zords, they all run you about $20 each, and you're essentially spending $100 to complete the full Dino Megazord. It's like, imagine throwing Dragonzord into that, and if it's at like $50, then you would have to spend like 70, 90, at least 110 just to get the Mastodon, Sabertooth, and Triceratops. Then it's like, for that combined value, is it really worth it? Probably has to also do with the length of the Dragonzord's tail. But I'm not sure. If they really think that shelf space is a big issue, then it's a big Zord. I can understand that. About as big as the Megazord in terms of reaching at least shoulder height, I'm not sure. But there is a chance that it could still be released one day. And everyone else is saying that maybe Playmates is looking for an online retailer to sell it. Because I wouldn't mind it being an Amazon exclusive. But when you have to take into account other large Zords, like maybe Playmates wants to do Tor, or maybe Titanus, or hell, even Serpentera, if they ever want to make Serpentera for Reignition, then I can see those being online exclusives, especially Serpentera, because that's the biggest Zord out of the whole line. And that's Lord Zed's personal machine. So hopefully Dragonzord will get released, because everyone at this point is sick of incomplete Zord lines. Lastly, what's on Zeta's mind? The whole digital ID war for online privacy that's going on right now at the time of recording. Like the whole COSA thing. And it's come out now that Meta is responsible for lobbying for these stupid digital ID laws. Which, boycott them. Make them bleed green. Because digital ID, we might as well be living in 1984 at that point, because it's never, and it's really a Trojan horse, because they want to claim, oh, think of the children, it's all about protecting kids online. No, it's not. It's all about control and mass surveillance. Read 1984, it's all about mass surveillance and dystopianism. The literal Orwellian nightmare. And we can't let that happen. We gotta fight back against it. We gotta protect our online privacy. And with AI thrown into the picture, it just makes things a shit ton worse than what they are now. I mean, it might as well be China or the UK. Because fuck digital ID. So that's pretty much it for this episode of What's on My Mind. Sorry it took so long. It's just, you know how lazy I can get. I'm just a lazy fuck. And I don't usually get around to things until way later. Now, I'm gonna go get some eep. But that's pretty much it, really. Hope you enjoyed this. And let me know what other topics you'd like to hear me talk about in the comments. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. At this point, we should still be at 1,200 subscribers, so thank you for that. What else? Discord, Root, and socials are in the description. And I do have a Flexor as well. I don't have a server set up yet because importing Discord templates is broken at the moment, and they're working on fixing that. I know Blind Bard is part of the testing team, at least from what you said about it. So, yeah, he knows more about this Flexor stuff than I do. So check him out too. I know commissions are open, so if you want some art, message me. And it's been Zeta. Have a good rest of the day.